Good afternoon. I'm Mia, and would like to welcome you to the iBUG Apple Workshop, episode number 170, for Saturday, January 24th, 2025. Oops, I mean 2026. It's been almost a month now, and I'm still making that blunder. Hope all of you are doing better. Thank you to those joining us in person this afternoon, and to those of you listening to the recorded playback on the iBUG Today website, podcast, or YouTube channel. The blind community are finding the Apple devices to be useful assistive technology tools in their daily lives. Whether at home, at work, or school, or on the go. The accessibility features of the Apple devices have cleared new pathways for the blind to be more productive, consume online content, and stay connected through social media. We have an exciting meeting planned for today. This will be our annual Accessories Show and Tell event. We will first review some upcoming iBUG announcements and some recent Apple news and rumors. Then, we will hear about some of those awesome new toys that several iBUG members scored in the past year. Finally, we will spend any remaining time to answer general questions you may have. I would now like to turn the meeting over to the iBUG guy, Michael McCulloch. Ready to go? Michael?
Yes. We are back at it again for another wonderful Apple Workshop, the first one of the new year, 2026. So glad there's Mia. Wow, where should we dig her up from? And we are just great. It's so great to have all of you here with us today. Before that, I need to introduce my co-host. As most of you know her as the Ladybug. Come on out, Ladybug.
Kill you makes you stronger, stand a little taller, doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes you fighter, what sets me brighter, doesn't mean I'm over, 'cause you're gone.
Hello, welcome everybody. Happy New Year. Glad all of y'all are here today. It's one of my favorite episodes of iBUG Apple Workshop. So let's get the show started.
All right. And as usual, we're going to go around the room and we'll get everybody unmuted here in just a second and go around. We would like for you to introduce yourself, say your name, where you're zooming in from. And we have a quick little icebreaker. Since we're starting off a new year, just in one word, what do you want this new year to be? So, for example, you could say happy, you could say prosperous, maybe healthy, or relationship. You get the idea. Just in one word, what you want your 2026 to be. All right, I'm going to start it out, and I'm going to say learning. Michael in Texas. Sorry about that. Helene, yes, go ahead. We hear you.
Yeah. Woodstock, New York, waiting for the snow. I am looking to be healthy.
Very good.
Herbie in Houston, and better than how it began.
All right, one word. That's about 3, 4.
And better.
All right, very good.
Dorothy from Baltimore, Maryland. I wanted to be peaceful.
Peaceful sounds good.
Susan from Houston, healthy.
Very good. Welcome.
Joe Billard.
Hey, Joe.
From Ontario, Canada, and I would like it to be calm.
All right.
Randy, North Carolina, productive.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Cindy, Illinois, joy.
Very good. I like that one too. Welcome.
Donald from Oklahoma City. I would say joyous.
All right, another joy. Keep going. Who else?
Marty, been sailing but vacationing in Florida, and I hope I can get my presentation before 4 because I have a commitment at 4.
All right.
Or 3 Eastern time. All right.
Very good. Who else we got?
Monica in Houston, healthy.
Very good. Welcome.
Kathy from Pennsylvania, loving.
Oh, very good.
Gary from Arlington Heights, healthy and happy.
All right, that's 2 words. Okay, 1 word only. Keep going, keep going.
Paul in Columbus.
Go, Paul. Better. Okay.
This is Luis, Indiana, adventurous.
All right, I like that one. That's a good one. Keep going. Who else?
Ladon and Garland, peaceful.
Welcome to Don. I like that one too.
D in Southern Illinois. I say wonderful.
Wonderful. That's another one. You guys are coming up with some great words.
St. Catharines, Canada, faith filled with me.
Very good. Love it. Keep going. Who else?
Dana, Cincinnati, joyful.
Okay, another joyful.
Carla in the UK.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say brilliant.
Brilliant. Very good.
I don't know.
All right, we hear somebody talking in the background. Go ahead, introduce yourself. You just said, I don't know.
Hello, Linda Hunt from Slingerlands, New York. Exploring.
Yeah.
Explorer, one of those. Yeah.
All right, very good. Welcome.
Alexis Johnson from Mitchellville, Maryland. And I want 2026 to be exciting.
Yay. Good one. Welcome.
Robert, College Station, Texas, and I would like 2026 to be stimulating.
Ooh, very good. Welcome, Robert.
The other Robert. The
All
other
right.
Robert and Chandler. Peaceful.
Yes, very good. Anybody else?
Sharon from New York, calm.
Well, I like that, Sharon. Welcome. Who else?
Nancy from Virginia, tranquil.
Another peaceful, tranquil. Very good. Welcome.
You did creative.
Ooh, yeah. Make things happen. Anybody else? Madeline, go ahead.
Healthy.
All right. Another healthy. Go ahead, Pat.
Inspirational, Pat from Ohio.
All right.
Ned in
Anybody else?
Texas, healthy.
Okay. And if anybody's just joining us, we're introducing ourselves, name, where you're from, and in 1 word, what you would like 2026 to be for you.
Elizabeth from Newfoundland, Canada, healthy.
All right. Another healthy.
Dale from Cleveland.
Go ahead.
Dale from Cleveland. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, covers it all. Very good. Welcome.
Gloria from Houston, spectacular.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome, Gloria.
Dan from Southern California, productive.
Another productive.
Dawn Kale, Connecticut, healthy.
Yes, yes. Way to go. Yes, lots of good health out there. Good. Keep going.
Valencia.
Let's see, Brenda, then Valencia.
Brenda from Tulsa, prosperous.
All right, very good.
Valencia and Maryland, illuminating.
Ooh, that's a fancy word. Who else we
Desi
got?
in Tennessee and hopeful.
Yeah, I'll use hope. Anybody else that didn't get a chance to introduce themselves?
This is Jody in New
Mary
Hampshire.
Linda.
Go ahead, Jody, and then Marilyn.
I'd say achieving.
Achieving. Okay, Marilyn, go ahead.
From Georgia, new beginnings.
Okay, very good. Welcome.
Citizens from Conyers, Georgia, spiritual.
All right. Thank you, Rosetta.
Janice from Maryland, transitional.
Ooh, okay. That's intriguing. Anybody else?
Brian.
Playing music in the
from
background.
Ontario.
Yes, Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, I want 2026 longer than 2025.
Okay, good luck with that, since it's not a leap year, but welcome. Anybody else?
Dave, Winnipeg, Manitoba. I'd like it to be sensible.
Yeah, welcome.
Janice from Crystal Beach, Ontario. Peaceful.
Another piece, yes. Anybody else?
Pete, Florida, peaceful.
All right, welcome.
Deb, Kansas, generous.
Very good. Anybody else?
Uh,
All right, Sandhya, I guess you get the last word.
Sandhya from Houston. Outrageous.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ooh, that sends a chill down my back. All right, outrageous. Okay, well, we'll take time later in the mid-break time to get the rest of the people, but we're going to move on now. Let's see, Julie, if you can go ahead and mute everybody back up. We will continue on with just a few quick announcements, iBUG-wise. We've got coming up in this next week, since we're still in January.
This is Sandhya.
Yes.
Do we want to say hi to the new people?
Oh, I skipped over the new people. Okay, yeah, so Julie, you'll have to unmute everybody, man. I am off my agenda.
Okay, you go.
Sorry about that. Okay, anybody here for the first time at a Apple workshop or Saturday Apple workshop? If you could come off mute again and just say your name, where you're from again. First timers, looking for first timers to the Apple workshop.
Donald from Oklahoma City. This is my first time to an Apple workshop.
Okay.
I've been here before. I've been here to the iBUG thing the day before, but this is my first time to a workshop. I don't remember how I heard of you guys. I think it was through ACB.
Okay. And what kind of Apple devices do you have?
I've got an iPhone and a Mac.
All right. Very good. Okay. Anybody else?
Dawn Kale, Connecticut.
Yeah,
I just took them.
Yeah, Don.
I just stuck them in.
How'd you hear about us? Back? How'd you hear about us, Don? Hello, Don. We lost Don. Okay. Anybody else? First timers to the Apple workshop. We didn't mute everybody again, did we? Okay. And also want to recognize anybody that may have had a birthday in January. Any January birthdays?
LaDon, 87 years.
87, LaDon. Man, you're probably one of our older, youngest people.
An old coot, that's for sure.
Well, we love every one of you.
This is Gigi.
Ahead. Yeah, Gigi.
29. On the 11th.
You had
January
a birthday
11th.
on 11th. Well, happy birthday to you also.
Thank you.
It's Robert, College Station. I had a birthday on the 10th. I turned 70.
All right, Robert. Happy belated birthday. Any other birthdays in January?
It's Anna Marie. Can you hear me now?
Hear you, Anna Marie. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm new from Staten Island on the workshop.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's right. And
Yep.
you heard about us through the movie night. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of Apple products do you have?
Just the phone.
Okay. That's nothing wrong with that. Very good. Which phone do you have? You know, which
I
model?
had an SE3. It still has the home button.
Okay.
I'm a little scared to go without a home button.
Okay. Well, one of these days you're going to go homeless. Don't worry.
Thank
All
you.
right. Anybody else? Okay. Now, I think I covered the other little thingies I'm supposed to do at the beginning. Now we can put everybody on mute. So with that, just a quick announcements. Starting next week, we've got regular Monday night, iBUG Buzz at 7. These are Central Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. Tuesday, we've got Mac and Talk for our Mac users, our open Q&A session there. So come ask your questions if you want to learn about a Mac or thinking about switching over to a Mac, that kind of thing. Then we are quiet the rest of the week until Friday. We got a regular Friday night movie. Then that's the 5th week, so we don't have a lot going on until we get to a couple of things I do want to mention in February coming up. February 7th, first Saturday in February, we've got our regular iBUG Unplugged, and that one is called What's Love Got to Do with It? And come find out about that one because it's love probably not what you're thinking right now. So that'll be an interesting one. And we've got our book club. Well, before our book club, we have our iBUG Cafe on Sunday, February 15th. And that will be 4 o'clock Central Time. And we're covering the phone app. Deep dive into all things you can do with the phone app. Oh, that ought to be a great one. I'm going to miss. I'll be here back for that one. And then our book club. Oh, actually, I have these flip-flop. Thursday, February 12th, we'll be having our book club. Currently, we're reading the book Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And the DB number on that, if you want to read that one, you still got lots of time. DB 103718. 103718. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. All right. And that'll be 7 p.m. Thursday, February 12th. And of course, we'll be back here in a month, February 28th, the last day of February, for the next Apple workshop. If you want to find out about more about these and other iBUG events going on, you can always go to our website, ibugtoday.org. Lists all our schedules, descriptions of the events. If you want to get on our mail list, that's probably the best way to keep track of what's going on, be on our mail list. Just go to our website there. Right there on the front page, the link says Get Involved, and then that'll take you to a page to fill out a little form to put you on our mail list. And then you'll get an email of every upcoming meeting a few days prior to the meeting, and it'll have the Zoom link and what the meeting is going to be about and all that kind of good stuff. So love for you to join us there. Okay, with that, I'm going to quickly transition into our next segment. And for that, we've got some Apple news and rumors. And we've got a special guest to cover the Apple news and rumors. Some of you guys know her from our Friday night trivia time. Ms. Vivi from West Coast is going to be presenting our Apple news and rumors today.
We are now going to review the latest Apple news and rumors for the month of January. First, toilet cameras and musical lollipops. The Weird Side of Consumer Electronics Show 2026. Not every product shown at CES 2026 is a winner. Here are some of the more challenging items that you may struggle to justify fitting into your personal technology collection. Trade shows like CES are used to showcase the newest and greatest upcoming products in tech. However, with such a high number of products launching at the event, Not all can be shining examples of things everyone should buy. In some instances, what appears in the CES halls could be considered shovelware that may live as a brief fad before heading to the waste bin. For a select few, they are ideas that may seem like a good idea at first, but really are ill-advised the more you think about it. Sirajam Balance. Eye rejuvenation with Sir System. Sirajam is a maker of FDA-approved medical appliances, ranging from massage beds to water purification systems. A lot of its products have a good reason to exist, but in the case of one, it really should have thought before making it. The Balance Eye Rejuvenation Shower System is effectively a smart mirror for your bathroom, used inside the shower. The concept is that it will turn showering into a precision beauty routine. It will scan a user's face to check its hydration, oil levels, elasticity, and pigmentation, performed in a contactless way using near-infrared and spectral sensors. Onboard Eye then adjusts the pH levels using electrolysis and adds vitamins and skincare ingredients using NFC-tagged cartridges, which improves your skin. The problem here is that you're asking an AI smart mirror to scan your face while in the shower. While the Consumer Technology Association's description insists that it is camera-free in the very first sentence, it still doesn't really help that it's scanning your skin while you're standing naked in front of it. Sure, there are claims that it is privacy safe, but you can't get away from it being a form of imaging device being used during a moment where the user is at their most vulnerable. Astoundingly, it was a CES Innovation Awards honoree in beauty tech for 2026. Lollipop star well-established industries can frequently turn to gimmicks to try and get more sales from consumers in lieu of creating an actually better-tasting product. Sometimes, that results in a weird bit of edible technology. The weird food product this time around is Lollipop Star, a musical lollipop that privately plays you pop songs while you suck it. There are 3 flavors and associated artists, with options including Ice Spice, Akon, and Armani White. Lollipop Star, image credit, Lollipop Star. The idea is that the handle of the lollipop plays the music by vibrating. Thanks to bone conduction technology, those vibrations go through the edible bit, through your teeth and jaw, rattle your skull, and then reach your eardrums to convert it to sound. Obviously, the use of bone conduction isn't high fidelity, especially since it's starting from your teeth instead of nearer the ear. But alas, it's the novelty of biting something and hearing music that's going to drive sales here. It'll be an expensive novelty at $9 a piece, but also one that isn't new either. You can already buy lollipops that are similarly styled from Amazon that do the same thing. It's also quite telling that you are advised to put in some earplugs to properly hear the music. At that point, it's less practical than putting AirPods in your ears, especially since you get a lot more choice on Apple Music. Throne Toilet Computer. While the Apple Watch has certainly helped people get fit and to monitor their bodies, it mercifully stops short of doing a much deeper inspection. Of course, that doesn't stop others from going all the way. The aptly named Throne showed off its toilet computer at CES. You're reading that right. It's a computer for the can. Throne 1 with a handily long power cable. Image credit. Throne. A compact unit that installs to the side of the white toilet bowl, just under the seat. Throne 1 monitors your gut health by checking out what comes out of it. It does so using advanced optical and acoustic sensors. Namely, it takes a photo of your poop and uses AI to analyze it. That collected data is encrypted and protected, with the AI insights then sent to your mobile device. Thanks to Bluetooth registration, it can keep track of the motions of up to 6 people. It's actually available to pre-order for $339.99, with shipments expected from February. However, you will also need to shell out $6 per month for that analysis to take place. Just don't consider where they sourced the AI training data. Desktop AI characters. Like it or not, people are starting to treat AI chatbots as companions, despite the messages in films like Her or the warnings of Black Mirror. But thanks to concepts like Cortana from the Halo franchise and other areas, the idea of a visual representation has started to take root. Though efforts like Grok's characters are anchored to smartphones for the most part, some companies are trying to expand the idea beyond the small screen, onto other small screens, but living on your desk. Lepro and Razer introduced similar-looking devices, consisting of a curved OLED screen on a stand that displays the representation of an AI character. In the case of Lepro, it promotes one such device as an AI soulmate that's always available on your desk. Subscribe to Apple Insider on YouTube. Razer's Project AVA is similar, putting a character into a transparent tube like your own private Star Trek transporter. It makes a 3D hologram effect to display a character, using onboard cameras and microphones to see and listen for your queries and comments. The hologram could look like a Razer-branded blob, but then there are the characters that include a supportive gaming girl in cat ears, as well as a representation of the real esports gamer, Faker. Just like the smartphone-based versions, you can talk to the characters in conversation, ask questions, perform tasks, or have someone cheering you on as you play a game. Except it's a miniature person trapped in a tube on your desk. That's not creepy or weird at all. We don't know how much either unit will cost, but Razer insists its version will ship in the second half of 2026. It's also inviting people to reserve a unit with a $20 deposit. Of course, if you're not quite ready for your own pint-sized 3D-like cheerleader, there are other options. There's the Vinabot AI talking frame, which mashes up those digital photo frames with AI to create something similar, but flatter. Next, we consider a new app called Are You Dead? Are You Dead/Demumu is in the App Store. The morbidly named Are You Dead has topped the App Store in China as a way for people living alone to get some help if they don't check in every day. Here's how it works. The continuing advancement of technology has made it simultaneously easier to make contact with people and to become lonelier than ever. One app in China has attempted to combat the worst elements of solitude by giving families minimal reassurance about their loved ones. Demumu, also known as Are You Dead, is an app that has become popular in China as a literal app-based dead man's switch. Originally released in May 2025, BBC News reports the local name Silima sounds like Ilima, a Chinese food delivery app called Are You Hungry? The aim of the 8 yuan, $1 app is to be a way for people living alone to make sure they're safe and to get help even if get out of contact for any reason. The app has a large check-in button that users must tap every day to indicate they are fine. If the button isn't pressed, the app will message a designated emergency contact, urging them to check on the user. Apple does already include a number of features in its products to seek assistance if the user is in trouble, such as fall detection. However, aside from the check-in location sharing feature intended for travel, there is no daily check-in feature like this available in iOS itself. Simple solution for a serious problem. While the app's name and popularity may be amusing to some, it is created for a serious purpose. Chinese media outlet Global Times is cited as saying there could be around 200 million one-person households in China by 2030. For those living a solitary life, either by choice or by circumstance, the app therefore acts as a form of safety net for people who need it. Social media users in China are cited as saying the app is for people who are introverted or in vulnerable situations, such as depression, and should have some form of lifeline available. If I died alone, who would collect my body? One user is quoted as writing, "The worry of getting help when there's no one around has already led to an entire industry of personal alarms and medical alert systems for the elderly." The app is a simple and cheap extension of that idea, but in a fashion that doesn't have the same social connotations as the medical assistive devices. The developers are planning to expand the app to a more elderly audience. Over a fifth of the population of China is aged over 60 years, which could be a viable market for similar apps, presumably without the tongue-in-cheek name. It makes a 3D hologram effect to display a character, using onboard cameras and microphones to see and listen for your queries and comments. The hologram could look like a Razer-branded blob. But then there are the characters that include a supportive gaming girl in cat ears, as well as a representation of the real esports gamer, Faker. Just like the smartphone-based versions, you can talk to the characters in conversation, ask questions, perform tasks, or have someone cheering you on as you play a game. Except it's a miniature person trapped in a tube on your desk. That's not creepy or weird at all. We don't know how much either unit will cost, but Razer insists its version will ship in the second half of 2026. It's also inviting people to reserve a unit with a $20 deposit. Of course, if you're not quite ready for your own pint-sized 3D-like cheerleader, there are other options. There's the Vinabot AI talking frame, which mashes up those digital photo frames with AI to create something similar but flatter. Finally, we're going to take a special look back at Apple history. Steve Jobs unveiled the first iPhone on January 9th, 2007. In the shadow of the CES, Steve Jobs unveiled the iPhone. You know that it was an extraordinary and flawless demo from the outside, but what you don't remember is everything else that was launched, nor how part of the keynote went wrong. Context is everything. Just before the iPhone launch, on Sunday, January 7th, 2007, Bill Gates gave the keynote address at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. Hammering home Microsoft's then buzz phrase of the digital decade, he talked about how great hardware wasn't enough, that we needed connected experiences. Where people are being productive, doing new creative things where they're mobile, that is the key element that is missing. He said that Vista and the PC continue to have the central role, although he also claimed with a totally straight face that Windows Vista was the highest quality release that we've ever done. 2 days later and around 400 miles away, Steve Jobs introduced the very device, the very experience that Gates said was missing from the world. He introduced the iPhone at Macworld San Francisco. While Jobs didn't use the term post-PC era then, that's what the iPhone created. This was truly the device for productive, creative people on the move. And as an extra bonus, it ran OS X, now called Mac OS, rather than Windows Vista. Many more things that 2007 keynote is justifiably famous for how well it introduced the iPhone. Jobs opened it by saying that we're going to make some history together today, and for once, the reality was greater than the hyperbole. His presentation is truly an example of a really finely produced keynote, and it takes you through the world of cell phones as they were before showing you exactly where they were all going wrong, and then how the iPhone would of course fix all that. Today, the opening segment showing what phones used to look like is a historical curiosity. But at the time, that wasn't the past. It was the present. And these archaic-seeming phones were the best available. If you dislike Apple, if your personal preference means you buy Androids instead of iPhones, you're still benefiting from that keynote today. During the many times Apple would later go to court over the similarities between iPhone and Android, it would present a graphic demonstrating its position, such as this one chart showing the impact of iPhone on Samsung design. Many more things. Yet the presentation did feature other things, some of which were roundly applauded at the time, and one other that we've only truly learned to appreciate in the years since. Jobs opened the presentation by referring back to what he'd announced the previous year, That 2006 keynote had been when Apple not only announced it was moving from PowerPC to Intel processors, it vowed to complete the transition for all Mac models within 12 months. In 2007, he referred to this as being a huge heart transplant, and that we did it in 7 months. He said that Apple's previous year had been remarkably successful, and he also specified that over half of all new Mac buyers were now switching from Windows. It had recently been solely half of all buyers in Apple stores, but now it was 50% wherever you could buy a Mac. Jobs shows quote from Microsoft senior leadership team's Jim Allchin about buying Macs next. He showed a quote from a 2004 internal memo at Microsoft where Jim Allchin of the company's senior leadership team said, "I would buy a Mac today if I was not working at Microsoft." Jobs revealed that Allchin was shortly to retire, so he's alerted our Seattle stores to keep an eye out for him and give him really good service. The rest of that Allchin memo, incidentally, included the statement that Longhorn, code name for Vista, is a pig, and I don't see any solution to this problem. Jobs didn't quote that, but he did run a new ad from the Get a Mac campaign specifically aimed at Vista. Subscribe to Apple Insider on YouTube. So 2007 is going to be a great year for the Mac, said Steve Jobs. But this is all we're going to talk about the Mac today. We're going to move on to some other things. Remember that back in the mid-2000s, there were more rumors about Apple introducing a phone than there were for many years about it making a car. Vastly more. So with these words, he was surely going to make the big announcement next, except he didn't. Instead, Jobs seemed to tease us by talking about Apple's music business. However, what appeared to be a diversion, or maybe even padding, was really just the first part of setting the stage for the day's real purpose. But for now, Jobs revealed that they had just passed 2 billion song sales, and that the iPod had become the world's most popular video player by a large margin. He revealed that in the then first 4 months that movies had been available on iTunes, people had bought 1.3 million of them. At the time, there were only 100 films on the service, and Jobs announced this would increase to 250 because Paramount was coming to iTunes. Steve Jobs mocks the launch month market share of the Microsoft Zune. Jobs managed to make 250 movies sound good, but there was one figure he didn't even try to put a gloss on, and that was sales of the Zune, Microsoft's iPod killer, which had been released the previous November. Only figures for its first month were available, but they showed that after a big launch, the Zune had managed no more than a 2% market share. No matter how you try to spin this. Ah, what can you say? Said Jobs. At last, the iPhone. Finally, at 24 minutes into the presentation, Jobs paused. "This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years, he said. Later, at the end of the keynote and when it had gone so well, he also confessed on stage, "You know, I didn't sleep a wink last night. I was so excited about today." It turned out that there were other reasons to not sleep a wink, and Apple engineers knew them all. While it was only revealed very much later, Jobs' presentation was attended by iPhone engineers who knew how easily it could all have gone wrong. The software wasn't finished, the whole phone was still being worked on, and if Jobs deviated from the planned demo in any way, it was likely that the phone would crash. Steve Jobs, with the then most popular smartphones in 2007. Instead, as you know, the whole presentation went flawlessly, or rather, most of it did. My clicker isn't working. Having successfully concluded the demo of the new iPhone, Jobs went on to talk about market share and clicked to move on to his next slide. And clicked. And clicked. He explained that the clicker wasn't working and picked up a spare, which appeared to also not work. "They're scrambling backstage right now," he told the audience. This segment is completely forgotten, yet at a key moment on this most crucial presentation of his Apple career, it went wrong. You can only imagine how nervous it must have made Jobs. But then you can also admire how he managed to fill for 55 seconds with a story about how Steve Wozniak had built a clicker-like device at college to mess with people's TV reception. Aiming for 1% earlier, Jobs had made you think that the Zune's 2% market share was disastrous. When he got the slides working, he built up to saying that Apple was aiming for a 1% share of the cell phone market, and that this was great. There was a bit of a difference, though. Using the latest 2006 figures available, Jobs said that the cell market had been around 1 billion phones. Apple was aiming for 10 million iPhones in the first year. Apple's aims for iPhone sales now seem modest. The iPhone didn't actually launch until June, but it then took only 74 days for the company to sell its first million of them. Different company. It's just that the company was no longer Apple Computer, Inc. The very last thing Steve Jobs announced at this famous presentation was that the company was changing its name. Standing in front of a slide that showed the Mac, iPod, Apple TV, and iPhone, he pointed out that only the first of those is truly what you'd call a computer. We've thought about this, he said, talking about how Apple was doing more than just computers, and we thought maybe our name should reflect this a little bit more than it does. From this day on, the company would now be known as just Apple, Inc., and it would truly never be the same again. Everything it sells is really a computer, but only the Mac would resemble what people think of when they use the term many more things. There were examples of non-computer devices from Apple before, such as the Pippin game console in the 1990s. But that failed. And now, instead, the iPhone launched a whole new category of devices. That category includes the many iterations of the iPhone, but also the iPod Touch. Plus, of course, all the variations of the iPad. Between all of these, in September 2018, Tim Cook was able to announce that Apple was close to shipping its 2 billionth iOS device. At the time, Apple Insider worked the numbers and calculated that the 2 billionth iPhone, specifically iPhone, would be sold in the middle of 2021. That was based on the recognition that iPhone sales had already been declining worldwide, although at this point, no one imagined the impact of the coronavirus on all phone sales. Apple doesn't report iPhone sales, and it has never announced crossing the 2 billion figure. However, in January 2021, Apple announced that there were then over 1 billion iPhones in current active use. That's not sold, not pre-ordered, but over 1 billion iPhones being used every day. And at the same time, Cook said there were 1.65 billion Apple devices in use worldwide. In February 2023, Cook was able to update that total. During the December quarter, he said, "We achieved a major milestone and are excited to report that we now have more than 2 billion active devices as part of our growing installed base." The iPhone was an enormous gamble, but it continues to pay off enormously. That concludes our Apple news for the month of January. Back to you, iBUG guy.
All right, very good, man. Some crazy products at CES this year. Not sure if I'm going to order me the Are You Dead app or the poop analyzer. What about you guys? All right, we are now ready. Well, let's just open up real quick here for a minute or two, Julie, and see if anybody has any questions or anything on any of the announcements or the news and rumors.
Shazadi?
Yeah, go Shazadi.
Oh, thank you so much for all those insider news. They're always a pleasure to listen to. I loved the Razer idea of a companion. Imagine you can bring it into a teddy. One day you feel very rosy, you can make it rosy. I think it's an interesting idea. I like that, to give it to one of your grandparents or even kids. It's cute. I like it.
Yeah, it is a good idea. Okay, anybody else?
It's Anna Marie.
Go ahead, Anna Marie.
I don't think the first three would be ever anything I would ever be interested in. The lollipop, the toilet, and the shower thing.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah, they probably won't last very long. All right. Very good. Thanks, Anna Marie. Who else? Time for maybe one or two more comments, questions. Randy, go ahead.
Yeah, that lollipop gives a new term meaning to the term musical taste.
There you go. I like it. Okay. Let's see. While we got everybody unmuted, if we had anybody new that didn't get to introduce yourself when we went around the first time around, if you'd like to come off mute and say your name, where you're from, and we were sharing just in one word what you would like your 2026 to be.
It's Anna Marie again. I don't think you heard me before. Anna Marie from Staten Island, and one word would be fertility, and not for me though.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thanks.
Ed from Georgetown, Ontario.
Yeah, Ed.
Hi.
You got a one word that you would like to describe your 2020, what you want your 2026 to be?
Complete.
Complete. Like it.
I'd like to complete it.
Okay.
Jose?
Yeah, go ahead, Jose.
I'd like to be a little bit richer.
Richer, like it.
This is Tara from Fairfax.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. It would be peace.
Peace. Okay, we had a number of peaceful. Tara, is this your first time here to Apple Workshop?
I think my second or the third.
Oh,
sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Anybody else that didn't get to introduce yourself at the beginning? Here's your chance.
This is Sree.
Sree.
Springfield, Virginia. Mine is knowledge.
Knowledge. Very good.
This is Innie from Iowa.
Yeah, Innie.
To be 28. 08.
Okay. Very good.
Angelo?
Angelo, yes, sir.
I'd like to be renewed.
Okay, and remind everybody where you're from.
Oh, in Ottawa, Canada.
Yes, welcome. Anybody else? All right. Yeah, if we put all of those together, man, it would be fantastic. New year. All right, very good. So we're going to go back on mute again, and we're going to start our presentations. We've got over 15, I think 16 presentations, 9 different presenters. To the presenters, you've got 3 minutes. I'll give you a 30-second warning, so just be on the lookout for that and try to bring it to a close quickly after that. And depending on, we'll try to entertain maybe 1 or 2, 3 questions afterwards, depending on if they're not too long of questions and answers. And we'll get through all of those. And we're probably going to run a little bit over time. So if you can stick around, I know Marty's got a time constraint, so he's going to be, he's in the first 30 minutes here, so that should be no problem. Okay.
Hi. This is Sandhya.
Sandhya.
All right. So
you're in charge of this part.
Yes. Okay. So just to let y'all know, Mr. McCulloch has given you the numbers, but we have a variety of power banks and headphones, speakers, cables, keyboards, smart glasses, and miscellaneous. My favorite category, miscellaneous. So we are going to go through those. We're going to start off with power banks and charging cables. So with that, first up, we got Randy. So Randy's going to talk to us. Ready, Randy?
Hello?
There you go. It's all yours. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Randy from North Carolina, and I'm going to be talking about a power bank that I acquired about halfway during the trip I took in the summer. I had a smaller one with me, but forgot the proprietary cable, and anyway, was given this halfway through my trip. Enough about that. So this is a power bank. It's called My Charge, all one word. The model is A015K. So this power bank, it's pretty heavy duty. It'll charge, when completely charged, it'll give you 15,000 milliamps of power. Now, to compare that with the typical iPhone 17 base model, when that is fully charged, that holds about 3,700 milliamp hours. So this thing fully charged will charge that iPhone nearly 4 times. And it also has the capacity to charge 4 devices at the same time. There are 2 cables built into the charger. There's one USB-C cable and there's one lightning cable. Lightning cable will probably soon be obsolete as time goes on, as Apple is going away from those. It also has 2 ports. It has a USB-A port and a USB-C port. And I'm going to give you a brief description of the power bank. I'm holding it as you would hold an iPhone. I'm holding it the lengthwise in portrait mode. And if you go down the right side, the same side where your power button would be, before you get to the bottom, there's a flick out AC plug. And that's all you need to do to charge this. There's no extra cable needed to charge this. You just flick out the power prong and plug it into an AC wall, and you're charged. Probably charge about 4 to 5 hours for fully charged. And then when you take it, you just flick it back in and it just stays out of the way. As you move up to the right side and you go across the top part, there's 2 channels, and that's where the built-in cables start. 2 cables stay in the channel all along the left side as you go down to the right side where your volume buttons would be on your phone. And about quarter way down is where the cables lock into place. They're in a channel, so they're out of the way. However, you got to be careful because sometimes if you don't get it in right, they might come out and get in the way. As you continue on down the left side, just before you get to the corner,
30 seconds.
There's a button, and that will allow you to activate the charging if it's not charging. And as you round the bottom, on the same side where your charging jack would be, on the left-hand corner on the bottom is a USB-C port, and just to the right of that is a the USB-A port. And it's about if you're from Texas, you know what I mean? It's about as thick as a Texas toast, maybe a little bit thicker. It's 4 inches and 4.5 inches long, about 3.5 inches wide. My Charge is the name.
All right. Randy, how much was that? Remember, did you say?
You can get it online, various places, $35 and change. I've seen it, sometimes you'll see it for sale on Best Buy, or Costco has them, Walmart has them. The main thing about these chargers, any of them, you want to get them new, sealed. You don't want to get a used one because you don't know refurbished. You don't know how long the battery is. Like the iPhones, these charging batteries, they deteriorate their charging capacity. And so just best to make sure you know where you're getting it.
Okay. All right.
Sandya, we probably ought to do about 5 of these.
Yeah,
and
there you
then,
go. Mhm.
Okay.
All right. Next up, thank you, Randy. Next up is Miss Terry Ann. She's going to talk about another power bank. Terry Ann.
Yes, I'm going to talk about the Podoru, spelled P as in Papa, O, D as in David, O, R, O, U, Podoru, magnetic wireless portable charger. It's a 10 milliamp MagSafe battery pack. It costs, depending upon what type you get, how many items that it can charge magnetically, and even partly determined by the color that you get. That determines the cost. But on sale, the one that I have that will charge your iPhone only, with the MagSafe very strong magnet, that costs about $23 US. Those that that charge more than one device, such as your iPhone and your iWatch via MagSafe capability, those could run you about $38, depending upon what color you buy, because the color determines the cost as well. And I'm not sure why a pink one costs more than a black one, but it does. Right now, I think they're on sale. You can get them from Amazon for some of these at about $34 is the most expensive one. But if you get one that charges your watch and your phone, right now they're on sale for about $27. So you can get a good buy there. It has not only the MagSafe capabilities with as I say, a very powerful magnet, but it also has 2 built-in USB-C cables that allow you to charge other things if you wish. They're not MagSafe charging, but you can plug something in using these plug these cables into something and charge something else. And they will charge up from the iPhone 12 up to the 17, but they will unofficially also charge the SE20 and the SE2022. It has also a USB-A, a USB-C, and a Lightning port so that you can charge it up when you need to do that. And this is again I lost where I am here. The Podoru magnetic wireless portable charger.
Thank you, Terry.
Right, very good. Thank you. All right, moving right along. Marty, we are ready for your power bank.
Okay. This is a 40,000 milliamp power bank. Now, new generation of power banks, they're up to 90 or 100,000. But what I like about this one is, and it's kind of a little heavy, it's about 2, maybe 5 inches long, about 2.5 wide, and a little over 2 thick. It has 7 outputs. It has 2 USB ports, 2 USB-A ports, the USB-C port, which is bidirectional, so it's an output and an input. And then it has 3 cables coming out from the back of it, short cables. They're in a slot. You grab the tip of the cable, pull them out. Has a USB-C cable, a Lightning cable, and a micro USB cable. And it charges the phone. I think it's 25 watts, so it will give your phone maybe like a 60% charge in a half hour. It is called, let's see, the brand is YHO. It's kind of a weird brand. I think the model number just says 40,000 power bank, 40,000 milliamp power bank, and it sells on Amazon about $26.
All right, thank you.
Since I have to leave soon,
yeah, go ahead. You're up next for the other one. Yes, go ahead. Talk about your second one. Okay.
My other device under miscellaneous is this. It's these new generation of chargers. It's a 10 device charging station. It's a big brick. In fact, it's so big that it doesn't have prongs on it. And that's what I like about it. It has a 6-foot power cord. So you just have this little plug into the wall. You don't have a brick consuming your whole outlet. It has 4 USB-A ports, 4 USB-C ports. It has a retractable Lightning cable and a retractable USB-C cable. And they retract about 27 inches. Typical retraction. You pull them out. And then if you want to bring them back, you pull them out a little bit and they spring back. And there's actually a little magnetic. So the tip sort of magnetically is against the device. So it's like tucked out of the way. And it's 345 watt power station. So it charges your devices really fast. I think the USB-C is like 65 watt, and the lightning I think is less, maybe like 15. I'm not positive on that, but certainly I think it would give 10 devices, if you did that, it would give them adequate power with 345 watts. And that's the name of that brand is FEOB. FEOB is in boy.
All right. Thank you, Marty. One more. I think we'll just do the Sree, wrap up the charging cable. Shree's charging cable. You've got that one, Mr. McCulloch?
Yeah.
In my show and tell, I want to take a look at a very important cable. For me, I have many different devices, and some of these require a USB-C, some require Lightning, and some require micro USB. That means I would need to have 3 different types of cables to charge my devices. So to address this, I'm going to take a look at a 3-in-1 charging cable. Let's take a look at the tail of the tapes. Category of this product is cables. The name of the product is Anchor Powerline 2 3-in-1 cable. The manufacturer of this cable is Anchor, spelled ANKER. The model number is Anchor Powerline 2, A as in apple, the number 8, the number 1, the number 1, the number 1. The cost, $16.99. Black and white is at $17.99. And I purchased this through Amazon. Now let's start off by taking a look at the pros, 1 for all and all for one, because I can take this one cable and charge all my devices. And that's because this cable has a USB-C, has a Lightning, and a micro USB connectors. This supports fast charging, and it is MFI certified. So this means that it meets all of Apple's stringent requirements for cable integrity. Anchor truly believes in this cable because they guarantee this cable for life. And the cons are that it only comes in 3 feet. And the other end of this cable is a USB-A. So I will either need to have a USB-A wall plug, or I need to be able to plug into a USB-A outlet. Otherwise, this would be the perfect cable if the end was USB-C instead of USB-A, but beggars can't be choosers. And this is my show and tell on the Anchor 3-in-1 cable.
Woohoo. All right. Thank you, Sree. So now, those are all the power bank type things. So real quick, we could, Julie can unmute and we'll have a few questions. It's going to be pretty quick. Who do we just say your name and wait to be recognized?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, let's go. Anybody have a question about the things we've heard about?
Ed?
Ed, go ahead.
Yeah, can you, Sree, can you plug more than one item in that cable at the same time? Like how far? Yeah. How long are the pigtails? Like from the single cable, it spreads out to 3 different connectors. How long are those joiners?
Okay, hang on. Okay, go, Sree.
No, this can only be charged one device at a time because you have to use the micro USB plug. And if you're going to use either a Lightning or a USB-C, you have to use the micro as the power source. You plug it underneath the bottom portion of those 2 of the cables. And it's about 3 inches long, each of those other ones.
All
the
right.
ends are about 3 inches long.
Thank you, Sree. Okay, real quick, one more. Anybody? Questions about the things that we heard? Okay, very good. Put them back on mute, Julie, please. And we are going to move on to our next section. And we are going to talk about headphones. And with that, we'll go back to Sree. Sree?
One of the most important accessories that I like to have is a pair of good over-the-ear headphones. Now, there are plenty of over-the-ear headphones on the market. And for me, I have 5 different criteria that I look for when purchasing a pair of over-the-ear headphones. And let me go over those. The headphones can be Bluetooth, but it also needs to support a wired connection to a 3.5 millimeter audio jack, because I'll take these to the movie theaters. Second, it needs to have active noise cancellation, because I'll take this to the movie theaters, and sometimes the movies are extremely loud, so I turn that on so I can hear the movie as well as the audio description. And it is also nice to have noise cancellation if I'm traveling or listening to music and I don't want to hear any outside noise during that time. Third, I'm looking for a unit that has a very good battery life, because obviously if I'm going on a long trip, I don't want to keep charging the device, or if the battery is low, I do want something that has a very quick charge. Fourth, I need the unit to be very comfortable, especially if I'm wearing it for a long period of time. And finally, I don't want to go bankrupt buying a pair of over-the-ear headphones, so cost is very important. What would be the perfect headphones that meet these criteria? Well, I did find one, and that's the Beats Studio Pro, and when it's on sale, it's a great deal. Let's take a look at the tail of the tapes. The category of this product falls under the Bluetooth headphones. The name of the product is Beats Studio Pro. The manufacturer of this product is Apple. The model number is A as in Apple, and the number's 2924. The cost of these units can range anywhere from $149.99 to $349.99. And I purchased mine for $149.99 at Best Buy. And now let's take a look at the pros regarding these headsets. They support, as I mentioned, noise cancellation, transparency mode, lossless audio. They support both Apple and Android. A fully charged Beats Studio Pro lasts for about 40 hours, and a quick fast charge for about 10 minutes gives you about 5 hours of playtime. So far, I've had no issues for using these for a long period of time. And for me, the call quality has been very good, since this microphone does a very good job of blocking out unwanted background sounds. Includes a USB-C charging cable and a 3.5 millimeter audio cable. And finally, if colors are very important, they do come in various colors such as black, deep brown, matte white, navy, sand gray, sandstone, dune, and if you're a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, you can get a black and gold at Best Buy. And if there is a con, the only thing I can say, it's not fully foldable. And that's my show and tell on the Beats Studio Pro.
All right. And to make sure your Beats is ready and charged, Sree has something else.
One of the items in my show and tell is a charging stand for the Beats Studio Pro, which is over-the-ear Bluetooth headphones. And obviously, as I use these pair of headphones, at some point, I'll need to charge it. And that's where this smart charging stand comes into play. And that's because typically I would use a USB-C cable to charge these pair of headphones. But now this process becomes a lot easier. Inside the package, it comes with a charging stand base along with 2 different pins, a USB-C and a micro USB. In my case, with the Beats Studio Pro, I'll use a USB-C pin and plug it directly into the charging port of my headphones. And these pins use magnets, so it magnetically connects to the charging stand. And now I don't need to fool around by plugging the cable into the charging port of my Beats Studio Pro. Finally, even though I can't see it, I am sure it looks very cool while it's charging on this charging stand. Oh, by the way, if you do have the AirPods Pro Max or other over-the-ear headphones, this company does provide other charging stands to support those headphones. And now, let's take a look at the tail of the tapes. Category of this product falls under miscellaneous. Name of this product is Smart Charging Stand. The manufacturer of this product is by Baba, spelled V as in Victor, A as in Apple, W as in Window, V as in Victor, V as in Victor, A as in Apple. The model number is G as in Good, S as in Sam, A as in Apple, the number 0, the number 0, the number 0, the number 7. Cost is currently selling at $29.99. Silver and Space Gray is at $39.99. And I did purchase this item through Amazon. Now let's take a look at the pros. This is definitely easy to set up. It does support the Beats Studio Pro as well as the Beats Studio 3. As I mentioned before, this is a much easier way for me to charge my Beats Studio Pro. It does come with a USB-C as well as a micro USB charging pin. It also includes a USB-C to a USB-A charging cable. It supports fast charging, so I can fully charge my Beats Studio Pro within 100 minutes. And if I do need a quick boost, I can charge my Beats Studio Pro for 10 minutes to get 4 hours of usage. And the cons, it does not come with a charging brick. And potentially the worst con is I could accidentally misplace or lose these charging pins. And this is my show and tell for the Beats Studio charging stand.
All right. Okay. That's Sree and his cool charging stand. All right. Now we have Herbie with some more headphones. Herbie?
The AirPods Max. Definitely the most expensive set of AirPods in the Apple lineup, but worth every penny because of their high quality sound. Unlike the other AirPods, these do not go in your ear, but over your ear. To get an idea of what they look like, they have two buttons on the right-hand side, a round button and a rectangular button. The round is your play pause / Sree button, and the rectangular button is for adjusting the cycles between transparency mode and noise canceling. The headphones themselves sit on posts that go in and out of the unit so you can adjust the length so they fit on your head comfortably. They also swivel, so when they are facing, how to describe it, the normal way you would expect headphones to face, and that means they are in active mode and they are ready to go on your head, or you can swivel them so that they are flat and they go inside a little case, and they're supposed to be in a restful position, and you can also charge them, but you can charge them even while you are wearing them. You put the AirPods on your ear and immediately they activate. The round button also works as a volume control where you can adjust the volume level up or down. They are a little bit on the heavy side, unfortunately, but I overall find them to be very comfortable to wear. The pads are detachable if you want to wash them out or anything like that, but there are some specific instructions on how to do that. They charge now via USB port. They now use USB-C instead of Lightning, but they cannot do some things that the other AirPods can do, such as function as hearing aids or whatever. I really love their high quality sound. I also like the fact that I can get better than Bluetooth audio quality by plugging in a cord to my phone or Mac. And overall, it's just nice to be able to have the AirPods experience without having things stuck in your ear all day.
Wow. All right. And Herbie loves his headphones, so here's something else he has for us.
AirPods Pro 3. These recently came out last year from Apple, and they are the latest in the series of AirPods. These are the type that have the removable ear tips rather than the flat pieces that go into your ear, and Apple has sought to redesign them slightly. They now fit in your ear, but they're kind of, how to describe it, a little bit more tilted, so they're supposed to fit in a little bit better. The jury is still out with me whether they truly do or not, but I think it is a slight improvement. The sound quality is vastly improved from the AirPods Pro 2 and is better, if not at least equal to the standard AirPods 4. The case is a little bit on the rectangular side and is a little bit long, but it's still pretty small. It has a USB bottom that you use to charge it, and you can also use the watch charger on the back if you prefer to use that method. The case has the normal flip-top lid. If you've seen AirPods before, then you know what I'm referring to, where you flip it open and inside are the AirPods. There is a pack of different ear tips that you can pull off and put onto the AirPods. You get features like the noise transparency, which is a little bit on the louder side than what I like with the AirPods Max. That one feels a bit more natural to me personally. You also get noise cancellation and active noise listening, where it decides what level of noise reduction or transparency that you need. You can also use them as hearing aids, basic ones at least. They are not a full replacement. And you can also use features such as automatic translation, which you will find in the AirPods Pro 2 as well, where you can hear somebody say something to you in a different language and it will translate. I've not had any direct experience with that particular feature.
All right. Now, with all those headphones, it's a wonder that Herbie has any time to listen to outright speakers, but apparently he does.
The Bose Flex speaker. It's a cute little speaker. It is kind of a rectangular shape. On one side, you're going to find a little carry handle that you can loop around your finger. And on the other side is a USB-C port for charging. On the top are several buttons. The top left is a round button, and it's in its own little depression. This is your power button. And also, when you turn it on, it will give you the current battery level and make a little musical tone sound. And the only thing I don't like is that tone is a little bit on the bassy side, but you know that it's connected. And if you want to put it in pairing mode, you simply hold down the button. As you continue on, there are buttons to disable the Bluetooth if you just want to use it as a corded device. And then you've got your volume down button, your play pause button, which is marked with a little line that is raised, so you know it's that button specifically. And then the volume up button. It has a default level, which is pretty good, but you can install the Bose app on your device and adjust the bass and the treble and the mid if you want. Also, the thing I don't like is it's really designed if you want stereo sound for multiple speakers. So it's a very good speaker, like for audiobooks or whatever. I don't really care for it for music because it is a mono speaker and I've yet to get a secondary one. You can have it sitting straight up or lay it down flat if you prefer. And there are no buttons or anything like that on the bottom or the sides.
All right. Thank you. And now we're going to open it up real quick because those are all of our headphones. Those are all our headphones and speakers. So anybody say your name, wait to be recognized. Who has a question for Sree or Herbie?
That's Anna Marie.
Go ahead, Anna Marie.
You guys are very techy, and I wish I could be like you guys, but I'm trying. Now, I wear hearing aids. So I wouldn't want to put anything in my ear. When you have hearing aids, and I do use it with my phone as Bluetooth, can you use these headsets while you're wearing hearing aids?
All right. Either one of y'all want to answer that?
This is Sree.
Go ahead.
Hi, Sree.
My understanding is if your hearing aid supports multiple devices, you should be able to use my headset. But like you said, it won't be a perfect fit because the Beats, the ear cuffs are a lot smaller than what Herbie showed up in the AirPod Max. So I would say this probably won't be a good match for that.
All right. Great.
Okay.
Question,
thank you.
Anna Marie. Thank you. Anybody else? Time for one more real quick.
No, we're way ahead. So.
Oh, way ahead. All right. We could have two whole questions.
Valencia.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay, this is for Sree for the headphones. You said that Apple produced them, so I'm just curious. The Beats by Dr. Dre, is that two separate things, or are they merged, or what? I'm just a little confused.
Yeah, this is Sree. So a few years back, Apple did buy Beats, so it's now owned by Apple.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Questions? Headphones? Speakers?
Well, this is Herbie.
Yes, sir.
Going back to the hearing aids question, it's of course it's one of those. So first of all, what I was mentioning is with the AirPods Pro 3 and the AirPods Pro 2 is they can function as basic hearing aids. And we did a whole iBUG cafe on how to use them as such. But of course it's, different people have different hearing conditions, different hearing aids. It's going to vary. I know Brad, for instance, and I don't know if he's actually on the call or not, but he is
I'm here, yeah.
No, I was talking about Brad. You don't sound like Brad. But Brad, one of our iBUG mentors, is also a fan of the AirPods Max, and he wears them all day, and he also uses hearing aids. And I've known people that wear the AirPods in conjunction with hearing aids, but I'm not since I don't have them, I don't have any direct experience with them myself, but I think it just varies on the person and their needs and things like that when it comes to headphones and hearing aids.
All right. Thank you.
This is Scott.
Go ahead, sir.
Quickly, Herbie, this Bose Flex speaker you described, it doesn't have any other connectivity. I assume there's no auxiliary jack or USB for a thumb drive or anything like that. It's strictly Bluetooth.
So I think you can plug in if you want to use it like another USB-C device if you want to plug that directly into it, but outside of that, there's no other auxiliary jack.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it does have an extra USB-C port besides the charging one?
No.
Or you use the same. You just use the same.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, all right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Michael.
Yes, sir.
Quick question for Herbie. Well, maybe two questions. That Bose speaker, is it just a speaker only? Does it have a microphone where you, like, if you get a phone call, can you integrate and talk through the speaker or no?
Yes, you can do phone calls with it and Siri and all that.
Oh, okay, great. And have you seen it on the AirPods Pro 3s? You know, the feature where is two people wearing them can translate foreign language back and forth. Have you seen any reviews on anybody actually doing that? Or
I have not, and I've heard that you can even do that with the AirPod Pros 2 as well, but I have not had any direct experience with that yet. I've heard of the feature, of course, but yeah, no direct experience with it.
Okay.
I will say that what's interesting though is it must not, because I've definitely been in situations where the Uber has a GPS going off in a foreign language, and it's definitely not offered any translations in that situation. So,
right, okay, all right, thanks.
Arlene.
Okay, Arlene, then Sree.
Herbie, how much was the speaker?
I want to say the speaker was like $249. It's been a while since I got it. It's, you know, it's I mean, it's not going to be cheap by any means, but I want to say within like the $200 to $300 range.
On Amazon?
You could definitely look on Amazon.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Sree, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say to Michael, you know, one of the things I'm going to try and do is take mine to a movie theater and try and listen to a foreign film and see how well it translates.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about doing that. Okay.
Randy.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have the AirPods Pro 2, and I have, the translation capability. And at times I've listened to a Spanish radio station, and I've put the AirPods Pro in translation mode, and it does a pretty good job of translating the lyrics.
Cool.
Wow, that's pretty fancy, Randy.
Okay. Yeah.
It works.
So the feature is really on iOS, not necessarily incorporated with the AirPods.
Randy.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, the feature is the AirPods Pro 2 and above, but yes, the software, you have to download the language on the iPhone or the device.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Randy, you starting to start watching telenovelas now too? Yeah.
Not yet. I'll let you know.
Yet. Okay, next time. All right. Anybody else? Last question on headphones or a speaker? And Herbie, how big did you say the speaker was? Sorry.
It's very squat and rectangular.
Squat and rectangular.
Let's see. Yeah. So size wise, it's like by no means a deck of cards or anything like that. But let's see. It's kind of like a foot long, I would say, roughly.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That big?
So it's because it's a very different design than the older Bose speaker, which is more straight up. So they made it more rectangular and instead of and longer instead of higher up. So kind of redesigning the space a little bit. So.
Okay. So it's not tubular though.
Oh no, it's not tubular. No.
Thank you, Herbie. That was a dumb joke. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, I was going to mention, you asked about how do I have time for speakers. you can't bring headphones into the bathtub, at least not safely, so.
All right. Watch out for those bathtub shower cams. Okay. Thank you, Herbie and Sree.
Yeah, I won't be visiting your house anytime soon, because I don't know what tech you're beginning.
Nope. All right. So, next category, one of our fun ones, keyboards. Not that the other things were not fun. They were quite fun. But keyboards. And with the first one, we got Randy up again. Randy, what you got?
All right, hi, this is Randy, and today I'm going to talk about the Matthias wireless aluminum full-size keyboard. Matthias is spelled Matias. They're out of Ontario, Canada, that way. I've had this keyboard for quite a while. It's a full-size keyboard, and the cool thing about it is you can pair up to 4 different devices simultaneously, whether it's Windows, a Mac computer, iPad, iPhone, or even Android. And what happens is once you pair them one at a time, anytime you want to use that keyboard on that device, you just push that specific pair button that you paired that item with. Like I said, it's a full-size keyboard. It has full function, 4 arrow keys. It has the 6-pack above it. We have page up, page down, home, and end. It has a full-size numeric keypad, and it's above the numeric keypad where the 4 different pairing buttons are. On the back edge is where you have a micro USB cable, which is what you charge. It has a battery that doesn't last long. It claims that when you buy them, you can go a year without having to recharge it. I've had it over 4 years, and it's been a while since I've been able to charge the battery, but I keep the cable plugged in. I always have it connected to a power supply so it doesn't lose its pairing that I had paired them with. And once you pair it, like I said, you can just push the pairing button and use it. And when you pair it with an iPhone, the cool thing is if you do a 4-finger double tap on your iPhone, it'll put your iPhone in voiceover practice mode, like we all know, with the touch gestures. However, when you plug a keyboard into it, and you're not used to using the keyboard with a touch screen like the iPhone, the keyboard becomes in voiceover practice mode, and different key combinations. It'll tell you what these keys do, like the control and the option is the VO keys, and the arrows. You can use the arrow keys to perform like the rotor. It's amazing. It's a keyboard. It's sturdy. It's aluminum, and it's $99 when you buy new. They come in 4 colors: silver, space gray, gold, rose gold. Where have I heard that before? They also sell a wired version, which is a little bit more. And the newer ones come with USB-C cable, so you're not going to be lost for where to charge them. And you can buy them sometimes on their website at matthias.ca. When you go to their keyboard section, at the top you'll have a list of any ones that are refurbished, and they sell those for $75. They also have U.S. distributors where you can buy maybe from Best Buy, Costco, Target. You just have to call around and see if they have them. But you can always go to their website and get the information to order them from there. One con about the keyboard I need to say is the function keys. There are 12 function keys, and what I do miss about on this keyboard is there's no space between the F4 and the F5, no space between the F8 and the F9. So what I do is I put bump dots on the F4, the F8, and the F12, so I know where I'm at on the keyboard.
Nice job, Randy. Thank you very much. All right, next one, we have another person that loves keyboards, and that would be me. Talking about a foldable keyboard. It's a keyboard, and the manufacturer is ProtoArc. P-R-O-T as in Tom, ARC, capital A-R-C. And it's a ProtoArc. This is hard to say. ProtoArc foldable compact keyboard. Yes, it is quite cute. And the model number is XK04. XK04. Cost, you can't beat it. $26. I think pretty good price. It is apparently not the latest model. I didn't actually plan to buy this thing, but it was so cute, so I bought it. It folds up. I have it in my hand right now, and it is like not even like 4 inches folded, and then maybe 5 by 4. So it's like a square almost, not quite. But anyway, the best part is when you open it up, then the key layout, if you've bought foldable keyboards, you always have this weird split. You know, they never know where to put the B. Is it going to be on this side or that side? And, you know, I don't know. That drives me crazy. So this one is totally flat. It's beautiful. So I've never had a foldable keyboard that didn't have a split down the middle. So it's really nice. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. So let me tell you the weight is like, what is it? It's by 10.76 by 4.7. That's the unfolded size. Okay. Unfolded size. And it is 7.8 ounces. How good is that? That's great. There's a power button, so that's good. If you are never sure if it's on or off, you can turn it on or turn it off. You can easily recharge it. I just got this thing, so I haven't really tested this, but it says 2-hour charge will last 150 days of standby time. I will check with you in another 155 days and let you know if that is true. Well, the charging turn screen, I don't know if that's true or not. It can charge up to 3 devices at one time. And you do it a little bit differently. You hit FN, Q, W, or E to toggle between the different devices. Cons, I don't know of any right now. So that is this keyboard, the Proto Art. All right, so those are all the keyboards. You want to open it up real quick for that or not? Go ahead, Julie.
Why don't we do Shree's first? Drop down and do Shree's other, whatever that was, cable.
Oh, the other miscellaneous thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sree.
Save the
All right.
classes for last. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Now, there are many different devices out there that'll help locate an item. Apple has its AirTags. Tiles comes in many different shapes and styles. For me, there are 3 requirements when it comes to finding a device that can locate my wallet. First, for me, I like to have an item locator that works well with Find My. Second, it needs to fit inside my wallet. And unfortunately, for me, the Apple AirTag is just not a very good solution. And finally, I'm looking for a device that I can recharge instead of buying one that I'll eventually have to just throw away when the battery's dead. Oh yeah, let me give you one more reason. And I'm sure some of you have experienced this. When I cannot find my wallet and then I ask someone for help, I may get this response: where did you have it last? And if I have no desire to entertain that question, I will just open Find My. Let's take a look at the tail of the tapes. The category of this product is under miscellaneous. The name of the product is Card Finder. The manufacturer of this product is Kindeep, spelled Kindeep as in Paul. The model number of the Card Finder is H as in Harry, B as in boy, and the numbers 1, 2. Cost is $17.99. That was the sale price that I paid for. The retail price is $27.99. And it only comes in one color, light black, and I purchased it through Amazon. Now let's start off by taking a look at the pros, and we'll kick off by taking a look at the dimension of this card finder. 3.37 by 2.21 by 0.07 inches, which means this tracker is very slim and can fit in easily inside a men's wallet or inside a luggage tag. This unit is rated as IP68, which means this is waterproof. If I do need to play the sound on this tag, it's at 100 decibels. This device supports wireless charging and has a battery life of about 5 months. If I need to charge it, I can either use any Qi charging devices or any MagSafe charging devices to charge it. And for me, the most important thing, as I mentioned before, it uses Apple's Find My. I personally don't have anything to say when it comes to cons regarding this particular device, but those who may not have a Qi or a MagSafe charger, this would be an issue. And that is my show and tell on the card finder.
All right.
Why don't we go ahead and do Robert also?
All right, let's go, Robert. Robert is going to, sorry, we're switching out of order here, but Robert is going to talk to us about, this is probably the first time in an Apple workshop, we're going to talk about a product for the Mac. Let's hear from Robert Carter. Robert, are you out there? We are going to get you in 1 second.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're coming. One moment. Here we go.
Okay, finally I can unmute.
Yeah,
And
let's hear it.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
So I'm going to talk quickly about a product that is basically a recording device. It was made by a company called Zoom. Zoom recorders have been around for a very long time, but they've only been accessible for a couple of years now. I've always wanted one. Now I have a bunch of them. And this particular recorder, again, don't confuse it with the Zoom meeting company. This is the Zoom Corporation company. This particular recorder is called the Zoom PodTrak, PodTrak, P4 Next. And it was really designed specifically to meet the needs of podcasters, but it can be used for other things as well. It's a very small device. I can easily hold it in one hand. It's a square-shaped plastic device. It has on the top a whole lot of buttons and 8 knobs. I'm not going to detail what the buttons all do, but they allow you to do typical things like record and play and pause and things like that. The knobs, there are 4 knobs that allow you to control 4 microphone inputs, and there are 4 knobs below that allow you to control 4 headphone inputs. So you can plug 4 microphones into this device, and each microphone has a headphone associated with it. So you can record 4 people at the same time if you're all in the same place. But in addition to that, you can also connect this device, the PodTrak P4 Next, to either a Mac or a PC. And you can use it as an audio interface, like a little portable mixer, if you will, for your audio mixing, so that you can record with it, or you can just use it as a mixer, so you can balance your microphone and perhaps some other device that you might want to play something through while you're presenting something on Zoom. You can also use the device plugged into an iPhone and get on iPhone and record iPhone calls on Zoom meetings or other platforms like Google Meets or whatever. So in addition to that, you have 8 buttons where you can put little samples in, like you can put samples of music you want to play or sound clips you want to play. And Michael would love that. And it's all battery powered, so it runs on 2 AA batteries. And the cost of the PodTrak P4 Next is $179. So it isn't extremely cheap, but it's not a terrible price for what you get either. And it would be for someone who's interested in making high quality digital recordings that records onto an SD card, which of course you can take out of the device and put in your computer if you want to transfer items, or you can plug the device into the computer and the computer will see it as a drive, either a Mac or a PC, and you can transfer your recorded files that way. So that's the Zoom PodTrak P4 from Zoom Corporation. The only con that I'm aware of with it right now is that there is a bug in the Mac interface that they say will be fixed in a soon to be released firmware update. And the final thing I'll say is that it is very 100% accessible. It has something called voice guidance. So all the menus and all the settings and all the items speak. So it's very easy to work with even if you can't see the display screen. That's my show and tell. Thank you very much.
Very nice, Robert. Thank you. Maybe you can teach me how to use the one I have. All right. Okay. So now we're going to open up. So we're going to talk. We have anybody that have questions for the keyboards or the Find Tracker device or Robert's mixer.
Janet?
You. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
The Proto Arc foldable keyboard. Where was that purchased?
My favorite place, Amazon, of course.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
Right.
Go ahead.
The foldable keyboard, are the keys flat or are they raised?
They're pretty good feel. I don't know how to, let's see. They're flat or raised. Well, no, you can, there's a good distinction between, I mean, they are, I don't know what you mean by flat or raised, but they're good size keys. They're not like overly compressed.
Thank you.
Right?
Michael.
Randy.
Mr. McCullough, go ahead.
What were the dimensions folded again?
Folded was 10.7 by 4. Oh, by folded? Oh, folded. I am not a good measurer, so I'd say maybe.
Well, what's it unfolded? 10
unfolded, it was 10.76 by 4.7.
Okay, so folded's probably a little bit, almost half of that, 5 something. Okay.
This is Sree.
Go ahead. Hey, Randy first.
Yeah, I was asking about the keyboard. I think Anne Marie was alluding to. So the keys, can you detect travel? When you're pushing different keys, can you tell you're actually pushing them?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Travel, of course. Yes, that's the right word. Yeah, you can feel it. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
This is Terry.
Go ahead.
Lots of times with the foldable keyboards, the problem I have is the keys are so small. And I'm not sure if you alluded to this or not, but compared to, say, a regular unfoldable keyboard, I mean, a keyboard that doesn't fold up, how would you compare these keys to something like that?
This is Sandhya. They're slightly smaller. I'm putting my hands on my this foldable keyboard and my Mac, and it's just, of course, the Mac is a little bit bigger, but there's good distinction. You can feel the keys, and they're not too small, because I have had keyboards that are way too small, even for me, but yeah.
And function keys, do they have?
Yes, they have function keys.
F1 through 12, like that?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably about an inch shorter in length than compared to Apple keyboard, and maybe 3/4 of an inch width less.
Excellent.
So
you guys are going to make me spend money.
Not a bad size. Okay, we're going to have to move on here, Sandhya.
All right. Okay, we are moving on. What are we doing? Okay, yes. Now, y'all are in for a treat. We have smart glasses. Smart glasses are all the hot trend right now. And with that, we're going to go back on mute. We're going to mute everybody. And we first have, who do we have?
Carla.
Carla from UK.
Okay, so the name of my product is the Ally Smart Glasses, and the Ally is spelled A-L-L-Y, and it's made by Solos Ergo 3, and that's the model number. And the manufacturer is Solos and Envision. So it costs about £533 in the UK, but in the US, I think that equates to around about $700. So it's designed to support independence for blind and low vision users. Ally Solos glasses blend intuitive technology with everyday comfort. With Ally Solos glasses, you can read anything from signs, menus, screens and more, describe scenes in new and unknown surroundings, identify objects at home and out and about, scan documents such as letters, read books and forms out loud, search the web to get the latest news and information, enjoy photos, ask questions and get the right answers fast, organize your day to hear what's next in your calendar, translate labels from packaging, menus, instructions and more, check the weather when you're out and about, and you can play games from trivia to choosing your own adventure games, use as headphones, and take calls and listen to audio. So they're lightweight, less than 50 grams. They're IP67 splash resistance. They are available in 2 sizes, regular and large. There are 3 frame colors. You can, they have advanced motion and orientation sensing, compatible with Android and iOS. There is 15 hours worth of battery life. You can get 3 hours of battery life with a 15-minute charge, and it only takes 1.5 hours to charge to full. They're interchangeable USB-C battery stems, and you have an HD camera. They're optimized for text, object, and scene recognition. There's open ear directional speakers. They're clear, discrete sound without blocking your surroundings. It has microphones that capture your audio for calls. There's a touchpad for swipe and control gestures. It's Bluetooth 5.2 for media and audio. And the pairs easily with all Android and iOS smartphones. The cons, you only get 2 sizes, large and regular, and they can be a little bit on the large side, even the regular, if you've got a small head. So I needed a band just to hold mine on. You only get 3 color choices, and the frames, unlike the Meta smart glasses, you don't get any different styles, only colors. Sometimes the touchpad doesn't work first time on first touch, I have noticed. And there can be sound leakage at high volumes. And the other con that I have also noticed is when you touch the dot, which is the power button, you might be a little bit perturbed because it feels like the glasses are constantly on. They kind of go on a standby, and it's a little bit off-putting for some people because they think, oh no, it's still on, but it actually isn't. And that's my smart glasses review.
Beautiful. Thank you, Carla. All right. Now we have one more presenter with smart glasses, Miss Deb Brummer. Deb. Hello, Deb. Are you there? And she will be here soon. You may have to unmute, Deb.
Should be able to unmute.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
There you are. Welcome. Yes, Deb. Let's hear it.
I was talking and I didn't realize I wasn't unmuted.
Happens all the time. All right, let's go. Welcome.
So the glasses that I'm presenting today are the Echo Vision glasses from iGiga. iGiga is spelled A like apple, G like giraffe, I, G like giraffe, A. iGiga. These are the Pioneer ones, which they aren't in production yet. They have 300 units out being beta tested to make final preparation to send those out. So the model number, I don't have that at this point. We are testing these, like I said, that Pioneer thing. And so the really cool thing about them is they really do a really good job of reading even complex things like multiple columns, things like that some of the other like Meta glasses don't do such a good job with sometimes. These also offer continual live AI. It'll give you a continual description. There's different modes. So for a description of what these frames look like, the Meta glasses have that capture button on the right side. On the Echo Vision glasses, that is the AI side. And so you toggle that button once for image description or to ask questions, twice for live AI, and three times for reading mode. And then on the left side stem is your picture capture, video capture button on that side, plus the touchpad is on that side. That side also has on the touchpad on the side of the frame, it has a raised line, so you know exactly where that touchpad is at when you're using those gestures or whatever on the touchpad. I didn't say the cost of these looks to be going to be $599 when they roll out. They also have a charging case that has the pairing button, where the pairing button is on the Meta Glass case. It has a button that when you push it twice, it gives you beeps of 1, 2, 3, or 4 that lets you know what the charge level of that case is. It beeps seconds. Once for 25% and etc. So, you know, they're still in the beta testing right now in live AI. The battery life's not very good, as you know we've seen before, but they say the new ones will be at least twice as good as these are when they roll those out. Cons would be the frame is very loose, to me anyway. We put a strap on it, which makes it real secure, but that would be one con that I've seen. I think they're very useful. They don't have the capability yet to ask questions like to look up something on the internet. It doesn't do that yet. These don't. They may at some point, I don't know. But right now they're geared more for doing the things that we as blind people would like them to do. And that would complete my presentation.
Very nice. Thank you, Deb. All right. So real quick, we're going to open it up for questions for Deb or Carla about their smart glasses. Anybody? Say your name, wait to be recognized. Jose.
Yes. Do you have to download an app on your phone to use either one of those glasses?
For the Allies, yes, you do. It's the Ally app made by Envision.
Yep.
For the, am I unmuted?
Yeah, you're good. Uh-huh.
Okay. For the Echo Vision, yes, there's a Echo Vision app that you download onto your phone.
Okay, thank you. Great question, Jose. Okay, who else? Anybody else? Smart glasses. All
Michael.
right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for Carla. So what issues have you had, Carla? I mean, you mentioned a couple of things.
Occasionally the touch bar hasn't just taken first time round when I've touched it to start a conversation with Ally. But once you kind of initiate it with the phone, if it doesn't want to start first time round, then it all kind of happens and everything's okay. It's rather strange, and sometimes if I'm just using it as an audio device, I have noticed that if I just touch the dot and then touch the touch bar, that seems to get around the problem, and then I can use the touch bar properly. But it's just a little bit quirky, that's all.
All right.
This is Terry.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Carla, since in answer to Michael's question, do you want to talk a minute about the walkie-talkie thing?
Sure, yeah, good point. So there are two modes that you can use the glasses in. So you can actually use them as once you start a conversation, it will continue listening to you. So you could have it in that particular mode, so you don't need to touch the touch bar.
But that's a con, is my point.
It can be, yeah, because it can be a con, because if you're out and about and it listens to all your surroundings and someone else is talking to you, then obviously it thinks that you're talking to it. And that's why if you use it in the walkie-talkie mode, that gets around that problem.
All right.
Okay.
This is Paul.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, question to Carla. Is there a monthly fee for the connectivity service?
Yes, there is, but when we purchased it on the early bird, we got a year's free subscription. But yeah, what you would do is you would pay for a pro subscription. So I believe you can either do it monthly or yearly. It works out cheaper if you do it yearly. And I don't know what it would cost you now, because obviously when I bought mine, it was on the early bird scheme. So you'd need more up-to-date information now. And I couldn't find that information on the website.
All right. Who else? Any other questions?
This is Francis.
Go ahead, Francis.
To Carla, what was the name of that glasses again? Can you repeat that? Ally.
Yep. Yes, it's the Ally ALLY Solos glasses, and they're made by Solos and Envision.
Okay.
And the actual model number is if you really wanted to look it up, because you could look up the glasses on YouTube. Because they're not they're made also for sighted people without the software that Envision have put in, and it's called the Airgo 3.
Airgo 3.
Yes. AIRGO, and then the number 3. Yeah.
Okay. So I can just plug that into a YouTube and you should be able to find it.
Yes. But you can also go to Envision's channel and look for Ally Solos glasses there. So if you put that in, you'll get up a whole heap of videos for those.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
All right, one more question, then we're going to wrap it up.
Janice?
Janice?
Do you know how well they operate in environments with a lot of noise? Can they hear you, either of the glasses?
Yes, they can.
All right.
Great.
And yes, to Echo Vision, they can too.
Okay, great.
Wow. Okay, so when Janice goes to a concert, she will have her glasses.
This is Sree.
Go ahead, Sree.
So to both of you guys, if you do have the Meta, how does this compare to those glasses? Would you say this is better, or would you say the other is better?
Different use case scenarios. Better reading, though.
Ed, what are your thoughts?
I would say the reading is definitely better. The another thing that I've noticed that I think that the Echo Vision ones are better with is color things, like matching colors.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a multiple, like say you're matching, well, I'll just say socks, just for something to say. I think they do a better job of, you hold up one and then hold up another, and does this match that, or which one does this match to? I think the Echo Vision ones do a better job. There's some things that I think they do a better job, and some things that I believe that, just to ask a quick thing, I think the Meta glasses do a better job. But these are still in, they aren't full functioning yet either. So anyway, I don't want to monopolize that time.
But the Ally Solos glasses, of course, you do have AI, so you can ask lots and lots of questions as well. And yes, they will match colours and stuff.
All right. Thank you. Great question. All right, Mr. McCulloch, I think this concludes our show and tell for 2026.
Wow, what a lot of great things, everybody. Appreciate the all the great presentations, good questions. Yeah, we do this once a year and always learn new things. Some of these things have been around longer than others, and as you can just heard, things still to come in the beta mode kind of thing. So be on the lookout for, and we're always looking for other people to share what things that they have. We have different other events where we talk about hardware also. So be sure to check those out. But for our presenters today, great job. Yes. And do want to thank everybody that was here. Without you guys coming, I think we were over the 60 mark today. So really appreciate all of you taking the time out on your Saturday to come by and visit with us. Hopefully you got a little bit out of it.
This is Sandhya.
Sandhya.
We were closer to the 70 mark.
Oh, okay. And, of course, Julie working in the background, keeping everything nice and smooth operating. Thank you, Julie. Thank you to my co-host, Sandhya, for coordinating that whole session on show and tell. So appreciate both of you guys and others that supported in the background there, too. Great job. And I forgot to say, I forgot to do this for all of you that attended. Well, sorry about that. You probably don't get to hear. There we go. Thanks again for attending, everybody. Don't forget, we'll be back here February 28th for the next iBUG Apple workshop. Next week, we've got Monday night, our iBUG Buzz at 7 p.m. Tuesday, 7 p.m., we've got Mac and Talk. So that's what we got coming up next week, as well as the regular Friday night movies. You can find out what that's going to be if you want to come by the iBUG Buzz Monday night. Get an early look at the film. All right, with that, I guess we are going to say thank you to everybody again, and I guess we're off to the races.